This is a reaction video from one of Jaguar's, the latest one, her latest video that came out about her mama and her ranting and raving about different people. Let's get into it. Jaguar is now saying that her mother is not dead because she haven't seen a body and she haven't seen a death certificate. And what I'm saying is, if there was a body and her mom was cremated, there's got to be a death certificate. Why not send her a copy and squash this whole thing? Or maybe they want her to believe exactly that so she can just run off the deep end with it, because once it gets into Jaguar's head that there's no body, there's no death certificate, her mother is alive somewhere because they cannot produce a body. Once it's in her brain as it is now, she's going to run with it and she's going to drive herself crazy with it. Maybe that's what her sisters want. I don't know. But it seems very unusual to me that they can't send her a death certificate. They can send it to any one of her peeps on the internet or just post it on the internet, and she'll get a copy that way if they don't have an address on her. But it's kind of strange to me, because I know when you have a death in the family, the immediate family members get a copy of that death certificate. Well, most families anyway. I don't understand what's going on with Jaguar and her family. The hate is really deep, folks. The hate runs deep to the bone, apparently, because she said she haven't seen a body. She still don't have a death certificate. She had a dream, she said. She said her son, Giovanni, came to visit her. And in this dream, he told her that Mama Frances was still alive because she's not where he's at. And so Jaguar have it in her mind now that her mama is still alive, and she's going to mosey on down there to Florida to try to find her mama. Now, she says SDW told her to go look in Pennsylvania somewhere. That's where she at. I'm telling you, they're sending Jaguar in this wild goose hunt chase for her to drive herself crazy. Because we know how this goes with Jaguar. She's going to be obsessed with finding her mama. Now, I don't know the woman personally, but just from observation of the internet, from what I see, she has this obsessive compulsion. Once it's in her brain, once she gets the thought in her brain, it's going to be obsessive. And that's what's going on right now. She's obsessed about her mama being alive. She haven't seen a body. There's no death certificate. And her son came to her in a dream and told her that Mama Frances is still alive because she ain't with him. And we know that he has passed on. God rest his soul. But this is crazy. Jaguar is sending herself crazy. She started to talk about having some type of boxing match with Tasha K. And she don't understand why Tasha K has not taken her up on her offer. She cannot understand why Tasha K have not taken her up on her offer. Well, I got one answer for you, Miss Jaguar, right? Tasha K is a mighty busy woman these days. Haven't you heard? She's doing stand-up now. She's got a tour engagement, and she's booked. A lot of people are saying that her tour is sold out. She's booked all over the U.S. in various clubs. And she is mighty busy. She ain't got no time for no celebrity boxing match because she's making her money elsewhere. Now, according to Wikipedia, Tasha is worth about, I guess they said, I don't know how true it is, if it's all cash or real estate and etc. But they said she's worth about $2 million now. And she's got that $4 million to pay Cardi B, and I guess she don't want to dip into her funds, so she's working hard to pay Cardi B that $4 million. Now, she can make more doing her comedy act because she's got a name now. Everybody knows about Tasha K due to Cardi B, and the mess that they went through in court. She's got a name now, so people are going to go see her. Now, it's going to be more money, in my estimate, than what she would get fighting Jaguar Wright in a ring somewhere in Vegas. Now, the money would be good for Jaguar, but to Tasha K, that's just chump change. She needs some hard cash to pay that $4 million, because it doesn't look like if Cardi B is going to forgive that debt. Not after she mentioned her daughter. If, I guess, Tasha had kept the daughter's name out of her mouth, maybe she would have forgiven the debt, but I don't think she's going to forgive it right now. Lightning would have to strike for Cardi B to forgive that debt, because she drank that petty juice also. But you never say never, because just maybe she's going to get up on the wrong side of the bed one day and say, you know what? I don't want her to pay me anymore because she's a mother and I got a heart. She got kids to feed and bills, and I don't want to take that $4 million from her. But she got $2 million right now, according to Wikipedia. So, but that's a guesstimation. You know, they're just guessing based on her assets and what they see her bringing in. They're rounding it off to about $2 million. So Tasha K got some money. And Cardi B might want to take half as a settlement and not the whole thing. But I don't think Tasha is ready to give up no $2 million. So I guess she got to work. So I think Jaguar is really groping for straws right now, because she about to go in the ring with no Jaguar Right, trying to make Jaguar have some money in her pocket. She wants some real cash, and she's going to be doing that tour, her comedy act. Now, Tasha is no slouch now. I think if she didn't have this comedy tour and she wasn't so busy, she was going to take Jaguar up on that offer. That's what I think, because I seen her with that, who was it? The gay guy, the transvestite, the homosexual, whatever you want to call him. I saw her fighting a man. And the man was down, and she was using her heels and her foot to kick him, okay? And he was rolled up in a ball. So she got some skills now. She's no slouch. I would have loved to see that fight. I would have paid good money. So getting back to Mama Francis and this death. I do not think the family would have announced a death if Mama Francis was not gone. That would be mighty malicious. Even if you're trying to throw the Jaguar off the trail, I don't think they would go to such lengths as to tell her her mother is dead and her mother is not. So I do believe Mama Francis is no longer here. But Jaguar is going through all the stages of death and dying. Elizabeth Kluger-Ross have an acronym, and their stages of dying and death, the grieving process, in other words, for the loved ones, they go through this grieving process. Jaguar is now going through that. So Elizabeth Kubler-Ross wrote a book many years ago, and she said the 5 stages were denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And the stages go back and forth. 1 minute you're in denial, the next minute you're accepting the death, the next minute you're angry, etc. Jaguar is going through those stages, and she is very angry 1 minute, and then she accepts it. Now she's in denial because she wants to see the body and she wants a death certificate. But there are more than that in terms of emotion. There's a laundry list of emotions that you're going to go through. But the 5 stages is what people go by when there's a death and people are grieving. So this anger that Jaguar is exhibiting is not surprising to me at all, because it's part of the process, it's part of the grieving process. Now, in one of the videos, she had Kimi on, and she had also Tulsa was on the same video, and Kimmy and her got into this yelling and cussing match. And it looks like if Kimmy didn't really want to get in, she didn't want to get into it down and deep and dirty, but Jaguar wanted to go there. So Kimmy told her that she was going to block her, but I think she answered the phone because Jaguar called her and she had her on speaker, and she's, Kimmy wanted to know why she had her on speaker. Come on, Kimmy, you know the deal. Jaguar wants content, and everybody and everything is content. So Kimmy, I guess, wanted to let her know in no uncertain terms that I guess they're no longer friends. And Jaguar seems to be fine with it because she wanted a knockdown, drag out fight. Now, in the same video, she was playing a recording of Goomba, and if I didn't know any better, I think he's ready to come back. From what he was saying in the video, and the tone and the cadence of his words, the softness in his voice, and the willingness to hear her and to really give her that type of respect once again, I think he's ready to come back home. I think he's ready to come back to Jaguar if she is going to allow him to. So I won't be surprised if they get back together, because Jaguar has sowed her little oats. She's been out with a bunch of people like TJ, etc. And she is now seeing that the grass is not so green on the other side. And I think she might be willing to take Goomba back. And this is why she haven't filed charges against him as yet for allegedly blowing up the car. So that's my take on it. I think she's willing to take him back. It's just a matter of time. There's an old saying, time heals all wounds. And I think his is completely healed. And so he's ready to do wrong too with Jaguar. That's what I see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And Goomba called her to give his condolences because he heard about the death of Mama Francis, and he wanted them to be in a good place to remember Jaguar's mother. And from what I heard, the conversation, I think he really wanted them to be in a good place. He didn't want to hold on to any negativity. He just wanted to remember Mama Francis and for them to talk about it, talk about her legacy, her life, how she lived, them remembering her, the good, the bad, ugly, the good times. Jaguar was not having it. She just wanted a cuss fest. She's mad at everybody. She wants to cuss everybody out. She even had, what's her name? Tulsa admitting that Goomba blew up the car. Now, I know Tulsa needs content for her channel to grow, but I'm wondering, how much growing do you want? What are you willing to sacrifice to grow your channel? And is it worth perjury? That's what I'm wondering, because I've never heard Tulsa, not one time, all these months, say that she heard Goomba say that he blew up the car. I've heard Jaguar say it plenty of times, but never Tulsa. So I'm wondering, how much perjury are you willing to do to grow your channel? Because Jaguar, just before Tulsa was asked the question, Jaguar told her she was going to send her content. If she likes it, she can keep it. And Tulsa was so elated. I said, girl, it's a trap. This woman is going to have you perjuring yourself to get a little bit of video footage. Don't do it, Tulsa. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Because when it's all said and done, if this ever goes to court, then Tulsa is going to be called as a witness, because she said she heard him say it. And I said, girl, you don't know the kind of worms you just opened. Because not only did you say you heard him say it, you said it on TV. You said it on the live. You said it on YouTube for the world to hear you say it. So now you can't backtrack. because you said you heard him say it. So let's say it goes to court, just for the sake of hypothetical thinking now, right? Let's say it goes to court. Goomba is sitting there with his lawyer. The lawyer says, you know what? I need for the prosecutor's witness, who would be Tulsa, to take a lie detector test. Are you willing to take a lie detector test and pass it, Tulsa? Or is this just pandering to Jaguar? You got to be careful what you say on TV. Because that admission that you made on that video is forever written in YouTube land. Let me roll the clip.
My son came to me in his spirit, and he whispered something into my ear. My mom isn't dead. She's okay for now, but hurry up. Go get her, Mom. Bring her home. That's what my son said. I asked him how he was sure. And the spirit of my son said to me, because she is not here with us. My son's spirit said to me in my dreams, she's not dead because she's not here with us. Not me. Us. That's all lies. All of it. Oh, and now all of a sudden Sherelle wants to start investigating. Please do, Sherelle. Just make sure this time you don't lie about me. If you tell another I am mentally ill, I will start talking about Michael Stovall, you and your husband again. Or do you think everyone forgot how Michael Stovall told us all about how he was partying with you and Perry? I guess y'all wish y'all had got that AIDS test before you started with him, huh? But he was undetectable, so all's well that ends well. Oh no, this isn't about me being upset. And please, just because I speak with passion doesn't mean I'm angry. I am an orator. I am an actress. I am a vocalist. Everything I do is intentional. None of y'all have ever seen me mad. Promise you, you don't want to. Because when I'm mad, I don't talk. I just do things. Y'all should think about that. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Now, part of the reason why I brought up Jamil is because I want to show the effect of what lies can do. I want to show you the Tasha K effect. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm curious, when you go to a church service and the pastor starts becoming impassioned and he's like, are you sitting there yelling, talking about how angry he is and how unhinged he is?
Guys, as you come onto the page, don't forget to hit that like bell for me and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Also, put your notification bells on so when I drop the next video, you will be notified. Thank you.
When he starts telling him, God said, and he starts doing all of that, do you tell him that he needs to take lithium? I'm curious. I'm curious. Please, the next time you all go to church and the minister starts getting all impassioned, make sure you start telling him the same things you try to tell me when I am speaking to you from a place of God and authority. Like, how stupid does stupid get today? Like, for real. For real. Today. I don't know, maybe it's all y'all vaccine, because y'all niggas is acting different, too. Wonder why? All that nanotechnology running through your body. Biochemical engineering. Coded to fit your DNA. Wonder what they're going to start making humanity do next. Let's not get too deep. Let's get back into the Latasha Transrena. I'm swamp trash from Panama City, Florida. In fact, let's get into it. Now, Tasha was hired by the Illuminati to come after me, to stop me, to discredit me. Now, Latasha Transrena Kibi and Lachelle Angela Wright Wallace, both girls who were molested and sexually abused by men that their mother brought into their life. Maybe that's why you and my sister Shelly get along so well, Transrena.
Now, this is why I said in a previous video, Jaguar may love her mother, but she don't like her. She never liked her because she just accused this woman, God rest her soul, of bringing a pedophile into her daughter's life for her daughter to be molested. What a hell of a thing to say about your dead mother. The woman just died, and this is how she's speaking ill of her. It's not a stranger who is talking ill of her. It's her own daughter. Jaguar, you're wrong for that. May you go and do some penance and say some Hail Marys and take a whip and beat yourself on the friggin' back, okay? Because you are so wrong in every level for saying that about your mother.
Because you just as big a liar as my sister. See, y'all don't know who Lachelle Angela Wright Wallace is. I'll break that down a little later. Because she is the crackhead du jour. I promise you, you ain't never seen a crackhead like her before. She disguises it so well. See, my sister pretended to be a weed head to throw people off the scent of the fact that she was smoking crack. But we're not going to talk about that. Now, we'll get into that later. And then we can talk, hey, Jamil. And then we can talk all about how I watched my sister and her ex-husband, my rapist, when I was 14, going on 15 years old, which I believe you set up because you wanted me to be just as raped as you and Otelia. Oh, yes, you did. The both of y'all wanted me raped. The both of y'all hated my perfect, what'd you say, my perfect childhood, where I was spoiled and given everything because I never worked. And to my brother, Norman Lindsay Wright, if you got any problem with anything I'm about to say about our family, you can call me and speak to me directly, rather than contacting mutual cousins who won't hold you accountable for the fact that the reason why you and your sister aren't that close is because you were trained to not give a damn about anybody but yourself. Because while Mr. Henry was buying you Pierre Cardin this and making like putting you in a position to make my father compete for your affection, your father. You know what? I want to get this part out of the way right now because I'm sick and tired of cover. Like these ain't even my problems. Gee, this shit was going on before I was born, yo. These niggas was up in life long before I got here. By the time I came in 1977, Otelia was destroyed as a human being. 18 years old and afraid to tell her own father that she was being raped in her mother's house. Imagine that. To have a father like mine. My dad could make a mountain move just by looking at it. My father had so much power. Still does. It lives in me. I was born May 17th, 1977. My sister was about to turn 18. She had already been being raped by her stepdaddy damn near every other night for God knows how long. Because that's what Dolly did. Dolly left my father because he wasn't flashy enough, and because he wouldn't just give her every little thing, because he believed in budgeting, and she was a school teacher, and she wanted, come on, if you do it, then stop then. She wanted the fast life. Huh? My dad wanted a good family, a steady, strong family. As far as as far back as I can remember, my father always worked 3 jobs. Always. My dad was one of the hardest working men I ever seen in my life. Part of the reason why I have the ethic that I have. How dare y'all call me lazy? How dare y'all say I don't work? I do more than most of y'all do by 12 p.m. The most of you will do all week. Yes, my birthday's coming. See, y'all pussies got me. Would any of you know what work looks like? You sit online all day and lie for a living. When Dolly Henry left my father for Mr. Henry, he was showering her and all those kids with all kinds of gifts, just like pedophiles do when they want to have access to their victims. Dolly knew Henry was raping her daughter, and she was so embarrassed at the choice that she made her daughter and son eat that shit. And Henry used to sit there and buy Norman all kinds of shit, so he would turn his head while his sister was being raped. Down the hole. Who was Dolly Henry? My father's first wife. And I sat there and I listened to her deathbed confession while my father was there praying for her when her children wouldn't come to see her. The very children that she turned against their very awesome biological black Hebrew father. She made her children victims, and she admitted as much. And I sat there and listened to her confess her sins to my father. And I heard her say, Norman, please forgive me, because our children are going to need you now. I messed up.
Listen, I know this is Jaguar's story to tell, and she knows better than anybody else what occurred. But for some reason, I'm getting a feeling that's not true. Because I do recall her saying that Goomba was talking in his sleep about his mama. Oh, mama, don't touch me there. Oh, mama, don't. I remember that. And that didn't sound right either.
I let my pride get in the way. I never wanted to. I'm sorry. Please don't turn your back on them. They're going to need you. Imagine what that was like for my father and his first wife while his baby girl is sitting there holding the Bible. Because we were reading the Bible and praying with her. See, her children, my sister and brother, they didn't bother to make sure she got the proper help she needed. Nope, they misdiagnosed her. Dolly might have lived a much longer life if they had to let my father handle her care, because by the time my father came in, it was too late. There was nothing Dr. Honish could do. See, her inept children, they weren't around for that. Successful, but emotionally inept.
So at this point, I just have to wonder, is there anybody in Jaguar's family that she likes? Because she's coming after everybody. It sounds like she don't get along with any member of her family.
All of my siblings hated me from the second I was born, because I was born with the clean slate that they longed for. My mother used to drop my sister off to be babysat by our Uncle Candyman, who was the family pedophile. He touched everybody. He touched me too. He just touched Shelly a lot more than other people because he had more access to her, because my mom used to drop her off so he could babysit her so she could go out and try to find a husband.
Listen to the vile things that Jaguar is talking about her dead mother. I mean, it's just blasphemy at this point. How are you going to talk about your own mother in this light so she can go out and find a husband, to find a man? She's going to leave her daughter to be molested. I mean, it's sick. It's really a sick mind that does this on national TV for the world to hear you talk about your mama this way and you claim you love her? My God. If Jaguar wasn't so sick in the head, I would say she deserved to be taken down to the railroad tracks and get a good working over.
That part. See, every time Shelly looks at me, she gets angry at my mother because my mother allowed her to be molested repeatedly and did nothing.
Such vileness. Vile. Oh my God, I'm not even a family member and I feel like whipping her ass. Mama Francis, rest in peace, honey. You don't have to go through it anymore. This is horrible. I mean, I could not believe what I was hearing.
She was a bastard child from a man who ran off to become a Scientologist and rich and a famous orthodontist out there in Calabasas. He ditched her and my mom and wanted nothing to do with either of them. Still don't, because Larry Lacey is still alive. The last time my sister tried to reach out and get in touch with him, she couldn't. He deleted his Facebook page. Talk about a man that doesn't want anything to do with his kid. Grandchildren, he don't even want to say. He deleted his Facebook. Your daddy deleted his Facebook because he ain't want nothing to do with you. Your biological father. See, y'all don't know reality. And like most black families, we have our secrets. And we keep them and we sell our stories and sell our images, praying to God that nobody sees us for what we really are.
Now, most families have family secrets. But until that person is ready to tell their story, you have no right to tell it. So Jaguar is very wrong for airing out, if it's true that is, airing out family business. It's not her story to tell. It's Lachelle's story, or Shelly, or whoever in the family got touched. It's their story to tell.
Which is why my family has a problem with me. I don't subscribe to that kind of thinking. I don't. Not at all. I believe that only the truth can set you free. I believe that it is a crime to abuse your mind.
That's correct. Only the truth can set you free. However, she's not telling her truth. She's telling everybody else's truth. Yes, she's already told her truth in the past. So we think, because we don't know how much of it was really true or not. But now she's done telling her truth. Now she's telling other people's truths. And this is what I'm saying. The truth shall set you free. You tell your own story and you leave it up to the other person to tell their story. It's not your right to tell another person's story, especially when it comes to molestation. How dare Jaguar? If I was Shelly, I would really find her and Lachelle and all the other family members in the family, and I would deal with her. Because trust and believe, if I was in these girls' shoe and Jaguar is speaking this kind of evil, yes, I would do the time. Yes, I would.
You know, to abuse your mind. Because that's what you're doing when you're lying. You're forcing your mind to work more than it needs to, and on something that is totally irrelevant because it isn't real. The second that you start programming your mind to waste time, you become lost in your head. See, when you constantly lie, what you're saying is I don't agree with reality. That's all you're saying. Hey, I know this is what's happening, but I don't want to accept that. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way it makes me feel when I hear it. So guess what? That never happened. Baby, what it really says is I don't like my life. I'm not happy with who I am. I think that I think that what I am is inferior, and I think that other people feel that way about me too. So let me pretend like I'm someone else. I mean, because that's what you did, isn't it, Transrena? That's all you're doing. You're pretending to be what you want people to believe you are. You sat there and you tried to sell the image of a family with your international husband. But you ain't even got your kids. You want to know why you owe Cardi B $4 million? Because you decided to drag culture into it. Cardi probably would have let you rock if you had just stuck with her. But no, you had to do the most, didn't you, Transrena? You had to drag her baby into it. Why is it always the same thing with y'all? You're either accusing people of having AIDS, having herpes, being on crack, or being mentally ill and needing to be on psych meds. Y'all, I swear to God, are loyal to your storylines that you create because you just keep recycling them over and over and over again. You want to know what's really weird about this whole my mom being dead, not being dead thing? They tried to push this about 2.5 months ago. Charges are being dismissed one by one. People are still lying to people every day on YouTube telling them that I'm going to jail when I'm not. I was framed and set up with the help of my husband, Gerald LaHoskin Johnson Jr., who likes to tell me how much he loves me and wants to be there for me and how sad he is for the loss of my mom and how much he loves her and misses her, and then sits down with the man who I just fingered for raping me while I'm still married to him, and he wants to be his friend. But then you turn around and you get on the phone with real life street stars and you start bitching and complaining about how you hate Kiapra for f***ing your wife and how you're disgusted with Giggity, with Terrence Gangster Williams. You threw yourself a fit, didn't you, Gerald? And then when I told you I wanted to talk to you so we could try to come to some kind of resolve, some kind of understanding in a neutral place when neither one of us had to worry about being harmed, you started acting like that little bitch you are. I don't want to talk to her. Don't give her my phone number. Don't give her my phone number. Real life street stars didn't give me your phone number. I already had it. It was just in TJ's phone. So I asked TJ to send me the number, which she did gladly. Now this bitch sitting on YouTube lying and crying and mad because I asked her to give me my husband's phone number. Like, all of you people are crazy. He ain't want to talk. He wanted to talk on that panel while he sat there with that weirdo who used his penis to extort money out of me on behalf of Roxanne Mack Johnson, Craig Mack's widow, who's been after me and Nosy Ho ever since we refused to help her falsely and fraudulently take down Steve Stout so she could get $2 million out of him. What you mean? All that shit is recorded. Nosy Ho Live has all of it. Oh, and by the way, Marley Green, the trash baby sex worker, I don't care what you have to say about my mom. I don't care what you have to say about me. I know why you're mad at me. I know exactly why you said everything you said on Sherelle's panel. Because I told the truth about how you were trying to unalive your girlfriend. And I saved her life from you. Let's just be honest for once. And sex working bitch. You wanted to kill Ashley. It's sabotage, truth, shame, the devil. You wanted to kill Ashley. You told me he was going to slit her throat. That wasn't going to be on my conscience. And right, I told that girl, fuck out of there. Abort. Abort. Yes, I did. And I do it again. So you can say whatever you want to say. But Marley Green, trick baby, Born in an alley and thrown in a trash can in Shreveport, Louisiana. Adopted by a decent family, only to grow up and still be a disappointment to the people that actually took your trifling ass in. Like I said, I don't give a f. You a lying bitch too? Matter of fact, I don't know too many people that I've met that work on YouTube that aren't extreme narcissists or liars. I mean, it would make sense that it's a narcissistic app. Look at what it's called. YouTube. All about you. All about you. Hollywood don't want you? Come on over to here to YouTube. And you can become a viral celebrity overnight. Vanity. It is the devil's favorite sin. Because as long as he can keep you falling in love with you, as long as he can keep you just right there in love with yourself, he got you. And he ain't even got to work it, because you won't work it for him. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Diddy. Look at these niggas. Look at all they've done for the devil. Just 8 months ago, Sean Carter was singing Sean Combs' praise. He did everything but call him the Messiah of hip-hop. You know, if it wasn't for Diddy, and Diddy taught us, and Diddy did it, and you know, Diddy, you know, they can't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a little crazy in order to make it. You know, and Diddy did that. Diddy did that for us. Because Diddy, he's my friend. He's my very good friend. Where that speech today? Let's talk about it, S. Where that speech today? What about your friend? Why don't you know about your friend, Sean? You don't see Diddy, he's in distress. The nigga needs more and more Beijing by the day. For crying out loud, Jamil Peterson running all over the world calling him Diddy Glover. Because he looked like it. He looked just like Danny Glover when that Beijing wear out. I don't know if it's from all that pumping and sweating all over them little boys. Make him sweat it out. I don't know. He need a lot more Beijing, I tell you that. Oh, have mercy. He pushing Santa Claus status fucking here. Anyway, where you at? Jay-Z, Jigga Man, where you at? What about your friend?
When I listen to this video, there's a sadness that rushes over me because I realize this woman is, I was going to say mentally ill, but I can't diagnose anyone because I'm not a doctor. So I gotta say she's got some issues that she needs to iron out. She needs to go see a doctor, a psychiatrist maybe. And you really cannot exert any type of physical assault upon anyone who's got these type of issues. It wouldn't be right. So I have to retract what I said previously about taking her down to the railroad tracks. But what a family should try to do, because from her ranting, she does not appear as though she's in control of the ranting. It's just off the fly, you know, it's in her brain, she's got to say it, and she's just flying off the edge, off the deep end with everything she's saying. Maybe she did not take her medication, or just maybe the family needs to get her some treatment, get her some help, put her in some type of treatment center. Something has got to be done. If you listen to this video, the way Jaguar is ranting and raving, this is not normal. This just screams to me that this person did not take their meds or need to take meds.
The only other person in the world that can call me Sean is Jay-Z. I wonder what that was like at the freak off when y'all was humping all over each other. Like, did y'all call each other's name out? Because you got the same initials. Like, did you say, oh, Diddy, and he said S dot, S dot? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. How did that work? Y'all was so close. You loved each other so much. Diddy was so comfortable with you. He would just run up to you in public and just grab full chunks of your ass cheeks and grip it in his hand. You remember that? Diddy love gripping on that ass. Just every time. Running right behind you, like right there by the sphincter. Actually, he ran up on you. Diddy ran up on you, Sean Carter, the same way Jay and Smith ran up on Bieber. Shit, come to think about it, damn near exactly like that. I guess that's what you taught him at the freak off. First you started the Diddy freak off. That's for the kids. The flavor. And then you move up from the flavor, I guess, into full Schluminati. I know, demon pumping demon. Yes, the sphincter. And up there, bing, shaboing. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know? I don't know. You should ask Dwayne Johnson why he always like picking Kevin Hart. Is he about me? Not at all. When you watch my interviews, what do you mean this is mourning? Who's mourning? My mother's not dead. Bye. See what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I gotta get back to the Transrena effect. I know they got me buffering again. They probably woke up and like, oh, she's talking again.
So Jaguar's new thing is anybody who says her mother is deceased, she's blocking them. So she's in the denial phase. Remember the 5 stages of the grieving process? When a loved one moves on, people have different ways of coping and dealing with it. Well, right now she's in the denial phase. When they send her a death certificate, then she's going to be back in the acceptance phase. And so she's going to be moving back and forth into these phases of the grieving process. And it looks like if she's taking it hard. She's right now cussing everybody out and is very, very stern in her approach to problem solving. But that's her way of coping. But I didn't like the way she put Mama Francis on blast on Front Street. This woman is, as far as I know, she's gone, because that's what the family stated, and it's all over the internet that the family stated that the mama died, and everybody sent their condolences. Jaguar did not have to throw her mother under the bus this way. When she stated that her mama allowed her sister to be molested by dropping her off at the uncle's house. Nobody deliberately wants their child to be molested unless they're crazy. So that was very wrong of Jaguar to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to catch you all on the next one. I'm over and out. If you're new to the page, don't forget to hit the like bell. If you didn't do so when you came on, please do so before you leave. And subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Turn on your notification bell to get the next video. Thank you for watching.